ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ẹ wò ọ̀nkúrò tí mi sọ ọ̀rọ̀ jáde ẹ wò wọ́n bínú sọ̀rọ̀ nípa nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀ wa ní Nàìjíríà àti nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tí àwọn ìjọba wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ burúkú sáwọn ìjọba because yín táwọn ìjọba ń ṣe fún wa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá kò dára rárá àwọn ìjọba mọ ibi táwọn tó ń jiyàn gbé yìí wà wọ́n mọ ibi táwọn Fúlàní wà wọ́n mọ ibi àwọn táwọn tó ń pa nìyí wọ́n mọ ibi tán wà bọ̀ àwọn ìjọba wọn ò ṣe kíni wọn ò rí kankan ṣe sí wọn ò rí tiwa wúro àti ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ìjọba àtọ̀rọ̀ àwọn pásítọ̀ àtọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ẹ̀sìn ẹ mọ̀ pé ilẹ̀ wa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ̀sìn báyìí náà fi ń díjà sí wa láàrin wọ́n máa ní ẹ̀sìn Yorùbá ẹ̀sìn Kìrìsìtẹ́nì àti ẹ̀sìn Mùsùlùmí ibẹ̀ làwọn ìjọba ibẹ̀ náà gbà wọlé sí wa lára. ẹ jọ̀ọ́ báwo ni àwọn agbésùmọ̀mí tó máa ṣe mítìn pẹ̀lú àwọn government báwo náà ni Tinubu ìyẹjọ́ pírẹsidẹ́ǹtì tó lọ ń rìlísì àwọn tó ń pààyàn ní prison tó fi wọ́n lẹ̀ tó ní ká máa bá tiwọn lọ àwọn tí wọn ò ṣẹ̀ tí wọ́n fi sọ́gbẹ́ wọn ò máa rìlísì àwọn yẹn ẹ wò àmọ́ bí tán fẹ́ bá wa dé ní Nàìjíríà àti dájúdájú nílẹ̀ Yorùbá àti pé ẹni tó wà lórí pírẹsidẹ́ǹtì yìí ìjọba wa ní ìjọba Yorùbá lẹ́ni tó wà ní pírẹsidẹ́ǹtì lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí kò rí tiwa ro bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ náà ni kò rí kankan ṣe sí lọ́rọ̀ wa wọ́n kidnap wa wọ́n ń pa wá kò sí nǹkan tó kàn àwọn ìjọba kò sí nǹkan tó kàn wọ́n bọ́ tó bá jẹ́ fámìlì tiwọn àbọ̀mọ́ tiwọn náà gbé wọ́n máa wá nǹkan ṣe sí ẹ wo ẹ wá gbọ́n ọ̀nkúrò tì mí ẹ wá gbọ́n tí wọ́n sọ nínú fídíò yìí.
ẹ jẹ́ wa lé lórí ẹ kó sí ẹnu báyìí yín pẹ̀lú àwọn religious leaders ẹ kó gbogbo resources yẹn ẹ kó mi ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú àṣìírí aláyébàjẹ́. I'm talking about Nigeria, talking about the tribes. If you are my age or my age group, you will know the damage that our leaders, both past and present, except for few ones, have done to that nation. Èèyàn mélòó lẹ́ni ló wà níjọba Nàìjíríà right from the presidency to the local government tí wọ́n tó pé ẹ̀jẹ̀rú Fúnṣọ́ Williams wà lọ́wọ́ wọn. Bọ́lá Ìgè and how many of them that the blood of those who were willing to save that nation from the pranks and wars of the Western world and Europe, they stood up and they were used. Our current leaders were used to unalive them, to shed their blood. And today we are celebrating them. What a big shame. If it were to be a nation with leaders who have foresight, who have love, who have conscience, what we are calling tribalism today should be one of the greatest sources of power that Nigeria could have. And I can tell you wholeheartedly, I have been to some nations. So many of these countries we run to, they do not have 30%. They do not have 30% of the resources that Nigeria commands today. Only that our good for nothing leaders that we have allowed to damage us. Torí pé olórí burúkú èèyàn làwa náà àṣìírè ló pọ̀ nínú àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà. Àṣìírè. What happened what happened to the love that our fathers, our forefathers left for us? Ifeomolakeji, what happened to it? I'm asking, what happened to that love? That if I'm eating, but my neighbor has not eaten, I dare not finish that food. What happened to simplicity of life that they taught us with? Somebody is saying, Rotimi, you've not seen money. Lójàkó sọ bẹ́ẹ̀, èmi ò tí ì rí owó. I will tell you that I have seen money. Even before some of you tẹ́lẹ̀ wà níjọba lẹ́ni, kẹ́ tó máa rí owó. Ni mo ti ń rí owó, mo mọ tí mo ń sọ. If I could be working with my cousin, 2000, I could be collecting $80,000, 80,000 naira. She took 99. I know what I'm talking about. Year 99. That I could be collecting 80,000 naira. How many of your politicians today had been in government? As at 99. I could be collecting 80,000. I can give you details of my cousin then. That if we were going to Maza or maybe Ojota to buy new ice cream vans. We will ship in 25 vehicles at once. Go and ask Shan George. Shan George, who was a former Nollywood member. They were always on a... Shan George was living on our street. Most of them used to come and book for ice cream. We will block the whole street on Seriki Aro. So, and I was his right-hand man. If I play a voice note now of an Igbo cousin of mine, you will hear it. That ever since he became right-hand man to Uncle Sam's ice cream, so somebody was angry, who happens to be our cousin too. So, if I had the opportunity, the best grace I have commanding today is that owó jẹ́ nǹkan kan fún mi. Tówó bá jẹ́ nǹkan kan fún mi tó mú mi láyà mi bó ṣe mú mi lẹ́yìn ayé olóṣù olórí burúkú tẹ́ rò pé owó ni the major thing láyé pẹ̀lẹ́yìn politicians who àtẹ̀yìn religious leaders. Màá ti gba 200 million naira ní last year tẹ́ẹ̀ni gbúrò mi mọ́ náà. But ẹni yẹn ìjọ tọ́lọ́ máa bá mi mú yóò jáde wá sọ̀rọ̀ pé òun náà rán torí wípé Ọlọ́run ó mọ̀ bá mi gbèdè tí ò ní nísìnyí. Tọ́lọ́run ó mọ̀ bá mi gbèdè pé òun lòun òun náà rán wá 200 million náà ní kó wá fi lọ mi tí mo dẹ̀ ṣe pé fún yàrá yòówù tó ń fi sá lọ. Oh yes, what is money? Ẹ̀yin politicians wa èní àmọ́ gbé yín ré tépè wa àtàdúrà wa yóò sì mọ́ mọ́ yín láṣẹ Èdùmàrè torí kì í ṣe gbogbo wa ní Nàìjíríà láṣẹ èrè bíi ti yín. Why am I saying all of these things? This guy is a young guy, this Adeyemi that I'm talking about today. Is he not a young guy? If what we are talking about today, tí wọ́n fẹ́ allege pé ó ṣe yìí tó jẹ́ òótọ́, then what is the hope of Nigeria? If the younger ones that are trying to come into government cannot be trusted with little money, with little funds, pé a ti sign agreement pé tó bá invest iye báyìí ló máa rí lóṣù, you cannot trust them, then what is the hope of that nation? When our multiculturalism should be a source of power, as Igbos are producing something to ship outside the country, in the southwest, we have very arable land. Bolori buruku gbogbo wa náà fight for superiority là ń jà fún. You think go to Kano in the early 90s, 1980 something. How many of you remember the granite pillar in Kano back then? But our leaders then too, they lacked foresight, allowing the interference of the West and Europe. And this is where we are today. Nigeria is not seen as a nation. Nigeria is just a company owned by the Western world and Europe. I cannot be hiding my face again to say it now. Now. That today we have a high level of insecurity. Àwọn terrorists wọ́n rìn kiri lórí ilẹ̀ wa. Wọ́n ṣe peace talk pẹ̀lú àwọn aráàlú. Ìjọba ń sọ wípé àwọn ò mọ nǹkan kan pa ẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà níjọba lẹ́nu. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ gbóná kò ní yé ṣàn nídìílé gbogbo yín. Ayé yín máa bàjẹ́ tọmọtọmọ ni. Unless you were not ready for this discussion, because it is depressing. It is depressing. It is nauseating. It is killing. What am I saying today? That we cannot talk again. The emir of Sokoto, another Ashie, the Olori people will have the audacity to be advising the government that they should control social media. Yet, the same madman will never make a mention of how Fulani came into Nigeria politically to be unaliving us day and night. To the extent that so many times Nigerians are fighting on their own social media, one show she be an ashewo, tí wọ́n bá post ìjà bóyá VDM àti kí lorúkọ ilé ìtọ́jà, wọ́n máa post Ìyábọ̀ Òjó àti Lizzy Anjorin and ṣáyé wa ti bàjẹ́ dé. Do you know the danger we have on ground? Do you know? No Nigerian is asking how sophisticated weapons that we are not manufacturing in Nigeria get into the hands of terrorists and bandits. àwọn ṣòṣì bí ẹran aṣẹ́wó lórí social media gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ post ẹ̀ sí mi and tag me and everything èpè ni mo bẹ́ jọ yín torí mi ìráyè that I'm weeping over a nation that added so much unto me. I am dying in silence because of what is happening to people in that nation. You are going to be bothering me about personal lives or incidents of people. Like, is it supposed to be a joke? That you get distracted. They are using all of these things to distract your attention from the bigger problems in that nation. Then Tinubu náà bá máa sọ̀rọ̀, Tinubu will not make any correct, sensible sentence. Nigerians will be laughing. Nigerians will be laughing. Who did this to us? A president says he's coming on live video. They are going to interview our president. Look at what brought this regime to us. They are asking government questions. Hey, he's using Z to answer. Yet we have the likes of, what is his name? The speaker for the presidency or whatever matters. Sorry, Odo Kiloruko Bobo Ruben Abati show ye. And they're asking our president to be some questions. Manifesto. Our president didn't make one simple sense. Yet we were using everything for comedy. When our children are dying every day, they are dying. They are dying. Our children are dying. What is our future? Kilondu wanu. Now we have the likes of this younger guy who wants to become governor in Ekiti. Say if he had succeeded in 2022, then later on lost the National Assembly, lost the senator and everything, and we are there, we are laughing. How did we get here, Nigerians? I'm asking. How did we get here? Then there was a one religious. I will say the few things that relate to them before I bring in my brother to come and talk. If you ask us to be talking about Nigeria and what these leaders have done to us and they are still doing and they have plans to do, which so many of you don't know, I will tell you the big impact that religious leaders that are put in place to divert our attention from the real problem to using kama fear tesile palapalapa the likes of Adeboye and Co Uma Upai tí ó tún akutu kwa lọ́nà that even at such an age where Uma Upai could not even stand very well again, he was still telling people pé wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ máa follow lówó. Owó yẹn ti save Uma Upai báyìí. So to save ẹ báyìí. And they have been used to divert our attention so much that we now live leprotic situations. We are running around to treat ringworm and fear tesile by àwọn palapalapa ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nigeria. And look at where we are today. When it comes to religion, we don't want to hear the truth. We just believe that these good for nothing entities cannot but always be right. Who told you? Now, what will have bred the likes of Adeyemi, Ayobami Samuel that we're talking about today? Go and listen to the messages on our altars. Messages that if you don't take care, you will almost go and do money rituals because at all costs you want to be relevant in a church where the owner is just looking not even to make money again, but to damage lives. I've said it before. It's either you accept it or not. Christianity was allowed in the north years back, and we had the opportunity to make impact. I was in Kano, 2003 election during the days of Konkoso. Kano Nimowa was attending Redeem. Momoyeta and Dala every Sunday now, midweek services. Wọ́n ní amúpọn ẹ̀rọ ẹ̀wọ́ lókè lẹ́wọ́ ẹ̀wọ́ sàlẹ̀. Àwọn ọmọ tó yẹ ká máa fowó gbà on behalf of Jésù. Àwọn ọmọ tó yẹ ká máa fi tọ́jú. Ṣé báwọn ló wà available fún terrorism lẹ́ni? Àfiná sórí òrùlé sí, we think we were serving God. I am happy that Crunch Queen mentioned it too. Ẹ wọ́n kó owó yẹn wá sí South West. Ṣé bówó tẹ wọ́n kó wá sí South West nígbà yẹn ṣé bí wọ́n ti wá ń gbà padà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀mí wa lẹ́nu ẹ̀jẹ̀ wa la fi ń san náà. If it were to be the love of Christ that took these businessmen to the north, then so many things should have happened in the north to control what the northern governors were doing. It is called love, humanity. The law, the language that the deaf can hear, the language that makes the lame walk, the language that can even make the dead rise. I know what I'm talking about. Now they have siphoned everywhere in Nigeria, buying private jets for one another. The same north, the remnant of their businesses there, people have been unalive there. Did they go there? Can Adeboye go to the north today to hold crusade? Yes, àwọn bàbá ìgbàyà ṣeré, wọ́n ń wá abroad, wọ́n lọ ń ṣe crusade káàkiri. Ayé gbogbo yín máa bàjẹ́ tọmọtọmọ ní. Níbi tẹ́ sún wa dé. Where were the messages that will make the likes of Adeyemi Samuel say something and another? Ma bá bẹ́ẹ̀. Tàkà sọ̀rọ̀ ká bá bẹ́ẹ̀ ní yọmọlúàbí. And what are we asking for as a people? Most unfortunately, all of these things couldn't have happened without our own allowance, without us allowing it. And our parents were not need to share. They have a part to play. They do. Look at a society that raised the potency of useless anointing oil, okay, over the power of education and being literate, to the extent that you see the likes of Odekunle Epafras, Sam Ojo, Taiwo Ojo in society parading themselves as something when actually they are good for nothing entities. So as we have them in the religious bodies, they will call them religious touts or thugs. We have them in the political system too. So they are breeding them in case of incasity. And you people are practicing these religions blindly that you don't even know your right from left. So tí n bá ń gbé wọn ré mo mọ tí mò ń gbé wọn ré fún àwọn fúnra wọn mọ details tí mò ń sọ báwọn làwọn báyé Nàìjíríà jẹ́. Kò wá sọ́nà àbáyọ ọmọ for everybody nsìn ẹ ráyé wa lóde. Rí ayé wa lóde. Where do we start? Ẹ wá ń sọ fún wa wípé Jésù lè ṣe ohun gbogbo, ohun gbogbo ló lè ṣe, ohun gbogbo ló lè ṣe, ohun gbogbo ló lè ṣe, Ọlọ́run ayérayé. Tó tá bá lọ́lọ́run ayérayé, Jésù náà là ń sàbí. Ohun gbogbo ló lè ṣe, ṣùgbọ́n kí ló dé tí ò ṣe fún wa Nàìjíríà kan yé pa wá mọ́ ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀ yìí ti pọ̀ jù náà. Ẹ wo programu hallelujah something hallelujah. How many of you lè rí a crowd tí wọ́n come and that is to tell you that ayé wa ti bàjẹ́ ju bó ṣe yẹ lọ ní Nàìjíríà. But we are not ready for this discussion. I can tell you that. Because about ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní tẹ̀sí Jésù lójú ń sìn. Ẹ máa ní antichrist ni o, ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú tẹ́ ẹ̀ jẹ́ antichrist. Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ yín náà ń pa ní fọ̀nà fọ̀ṣùlẹ̀ ni? Ṣé Jésù yọjú síbẹ̀? I will play this voice note. Kí n tó gbé ẹ̀gbọ́n wọlé. You will hear this.
To be outside performing prayer every day, and they expect us to silence. Now it's an order. Nigerian government cannot openly and deny there is no massacre, there is no genocide of Christians in Nigeria, and look at it today.
I cannot show you this video. Now the mistake, as much as this pastor in the northeast part of Nigeria, Abibola Makpe Plateau State, come and see how many people that they are burying in one grave. This is serious mass burial. More than 100 people in one grave. They just unalive them again. But Nigerians are not bothered. We are running around with stupid news. With stupid news. Àwọn èèyàn méjì ń jà àti máa sáré gbé fídíò àti máa láà ń ṣe fídíò lórí ẹ̀. mass burial. Now the pastors are crying out. Now at the end of the day, Emma Binu, when you pastors are not crying out, when we started talking since 2018, were you people not there? Were you people not listening to us? Because of your lack of conscience. If you had listened to us then, Nigeria wouldn't have come to this level. You religious leaders helped the politicians to create this divide and rule mechanism. Come and see the video I'm looking at and tell me that as a human being you will not weep. When you tell what need tribalism and religious whatever don't buy you in Nigeria, and you need that tomo. It will never be well with any one of you. Wherever your children are hidden, according to the Bible, wherever your children are being hidden, using the money meant for the poor, those your children will never know peace. Sicknesses that defy every solution will be coming upon them. Last year, Dumari. Oh yes. You will see the situations your children will be in. Benny, your children will go out and they will become victims of stray bullets. Religious leaders and political thugs, political leaders. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ dẹ̀ ń gbé movement dání and everything tó jẹ́ pé ẹ̀jẹ̀ èèyàn wà lọ́wọ́ yín, ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn Nigerians wà lọ́wọ́ yín. Due to one reason or the other, wọ́n gbéṣẹ́ yẹn fún yín pé kẹ́ ẹ lọ pa ẹni báyìí. Tán dẹ̀ fi mọ́tò gbé owó wá fún yín, ayé yín máa bàjẹ́ tọmọtọmọ. Àwọn ọmọ yóò bá wà lábroad, they will become victims, so they will be victimized in all areas. Wọ́n mọ̀ gbókò ọmọ ká yín mọ́lé, mo mọ tí mò ń sọ. This pastor is not saying is there Muslim in that grave? How did we get it? Are Muslims not human beings? Are Muslims not human beings? My own mother was born into a Muslim family. My granddad still alive. My mom's dad still practicing as a Muslim. Islam. So you want to tell me my granddad is not a human being? This is what the pastor is saying. That are Muslims there? Are Muslims not human beings? Do we not have them in our midst? Any pastors olórí burúkú, any association pẹ̀lú àwọn Muslim àwọn alájí oríṣiríṣi when it comes to money, but ẹ bá dé church, ẹ máa ní that shall not be unequally yoked with unbeliever. Mo tún sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan ṣiṣẹ́ ní tọmọtọmọ ẹ mọ̀ rí bànújẹ́ ẹ ní bá ti ṣe ẹ ní rọ́nà gbégbà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ fún yín. When it comes to businesses, when it comes to Owo, you religious leaders have good associations with Alajis, with Buddhists, with whatsoever, even with atheists. I want to tell you, you have associations with them. But immediately you get to those covens, 30 come on. So from our members in no, you cannot have anything. They be whipping what only Pharaoh. Lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin ẹ máa ní wọn gbọ́dọ̀ fẹ́ra torí wípé Muslim àti Christian ni wọn ayé yín máa bàjẹ́ tọmọtọmọ ni níbi tẹ́ báyé wa jẹ́dé ní Nàìjíríà bí mo ṣe ń sunkún sínú lójoojúmọ́ ẹ ní nísinmi omi ojú mi máa bí yín ní gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà tó ti fall victim omi ojú wọn máa bí yín ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Listen, I know you're watching me. American Senate.
Imagine.
You are watching what I'm doing. I'm saying here. Special advisor to Trump. Now.
This madman now is calling on Trump. Can America, the whole America, wash their hands clean of what is happening in Africa? Let's ask ourselves. Who is calling Oloko Oleko Waja? Who is calling Oloko Kowamu? Then the question Africa is not asking is, where are sophisticated weapons coming from into Africa? We don't manufacture them in Africa. The best we manufacture are dang guns. Where are these sophisticated weapons in the hands of terrorists coming from? Are there no signatures on them? I've worked in the security room of DHL before. I was part of those that were cross-checking the numbers. The security numbers on there, there is a number, there is one number they call, and the number can direct you to countries that are making those weapons. But in Nigeria, we see them and you're not polori buruko njekude ti ashita mo ni one leni. You don't know. You think we don't know the game you people are playing? You think Nigerians don't know? You seized funds from terrorists and bandits and everything. You cannot use the same phone to track whosoever is behind this kidnapping and everything. You think we're stupid? But yet, you know the houses of those that are speaking up and saying enough is enough. You go and arrest them. So many of them you have unalived. We don't hear of them again. You collect trackable items from terrorists and bandits. You cannot use it to know àwọn baba sale wọn. Àwọn baba sale wọn, you cannot trace them and say enough is enough. Is it life without live you say oh that a nation is crumbled, not even crumbling, it is crumbled already. Even if we say we are going separate ways now, where do we start? Is it not going to be the same good for nothing entities that will be heading each geological zone? And why am I involving these religious leaders? Messages ite bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní preach. Ẹni tó bá lówó ló lè ṣe. You now create hierarchy in the settings where Jesus Christ is being called. In a nation where ẹ̀yin tẹ́ pera yín ní àfáà àti alájì or whatever Muslim clerics ẹ lè dúró síbi tí Bobrisky ti ń ṣe nǹkan. Ẹ wá ń sọ torí owó 500 àgbélò náà gbé fún yín àyín mélòó lẹ rántí fídíò yẹn kí àwọn àfáà jókòó síbẹ̀ kí wọ́n mọ̀ sọ pé àwọn ìyá wa níṣojú Bobrisky Ògúnnẹ́yẹ tẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ pọ́kùnrin ni ṣùgbọ́n torí owó ẹ sọ pé àwọn ìyá wa ayé gbogbo yín máa bàjẹ́ ni gbogbo ẹ̀yin Muslim clerics yìí ayé yín máa bàjẹ́ ẹ̀ ní rí pàtí sí ẹ̀ ní rọ́nà gbégbà ẹ mọ̀ kànbànújẹ́ ayérayé. This is what we are telling our children. It's okay as long as you make money. It's okay, we will support you as long as you give us money. And Nigerians are not weeping. We are laughing all over social media. Ara àwọn ọkùnrin wa tó yẹ kó wà lójú ogun ká máa jọ fàjà. Wọ́n wà lórí post obìnrin tí wọ́n ti ń make a comment bí ẹni speak in tongues. Tán bá ti rí òhò obìnrin ayé wọn ti bàjẹ́. Tán bá wá ń sọ wípé wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ tó lọ́pọlọ irú yín náà máa yọjú. Ẹ̀yin olùṣọ́ lórí burúkú. Àríwó obìnrin wà bẹ́ẹ̀ sí ni you are fearful and wonderful made. Tẹ́ bá rí òyìnbó ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin wa lábẹ́ post àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ ti sọdọ̀ lórí burúkú sí gbòòrò. If they are not making money selling their nudity, they will not be in business today. Èmi àti yín là ń ṣe now. Èmi àti yín là ń fund wọn now. You are fearful and wonderful made. I dare love you. Over I dare love you. Ọmọ tó rí ó wẹ̀ lásán ó ti ń sọ fún pé ó love. Are we ready for this discussion? So when we talk about the likes of Adeyemi, the church has a part to play. The Islam already too has a part to play because it is either you make money or you make money. So we are not ready for this discussion if we're not going to be relating everything happening in Nigeria to religion. Brother mi máa pè ní wọlé nsìn. Ọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ tó ti jáde báyìí káṣẹ́ tẹ̀lé.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello, sir. Mo gbọ́ yín mo wà níbí.
Ẹ jẹ́ bá wa kọ́kọ́ sọ bí ẹ ṣe pàdé arákùnrin yìí tí ẹ fẹ́ àlẹ́jì pé ó scam yín. Ẹ jẹ́ bá wa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe pàdé ẹ̀dẹ̀ ni ẹ wá bá wa sọ ohun tó dà yín pọ̀ àti gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ àti iye tó wà involved.
Yeah, first of all, mo fẹ́ appreciate you and everybody who is interested in this case, who is online, and many also that will be able to hear it. Orúkọ mi ni Olúbọ̀mí Fisáyọ̀ Awolabi. I am a US-based, which was in the US for over 25 years. One tí ọkọ bá roko, ó máa padà lọ sílé náà ni at the end of the day. Some of us who are aging, over 50, we're always thinking about home regardless of bí kò ṣe bàjẹ́.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
So mo lọ sí Adó, and àwọn obìnrin méjì kan pàdé mi, wọ́n ta ilẹ̀. Mo lọ sí one of the stores, àwọn supermarkets yẹn náà ti ṣe wọ́n máa ń size èèyàn up náà tó ń bá ti ríyàn. So wọ́n dẹ̀ approach mi pé orúkọ kan lára wọn jẹ́ Bọ́lá. Wọ́n dẹ̀ approach mi pé kí wọ́n ra ilẹ̀ sí kíni real estate kíni wọ́n tó ń ṣe gọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn mọ̀ pé wọ́n dẹ̀ fi àwọn flyers wọn wọ̀n mí and all that. Of course, an average person who are interested in real estate. So, but láti wà careful with the happenings kí wọ́n má lọ bọ́ sí ọwọ́ wọn. Náà ni mo sọ pé èmi ò lè bá ẹni tí mo kàn pàdé lójú títì kó kí wọ́n sign it ní tẹ́ pé ẹni tó ní ibẹ̀ gangan ni wọ́n máa present fún mi kí n tó lè show any interest. So wọ́n dẹ̀ gbé wọ́n fún mo ní kàn fún máa ní nọ́mbà mi kó pè mí. And true to it, after some few days, máa yẹn pè mí. That was around September 2023 precisely. Máa yẹn pè mí. As of that time tó pè mí fẹ́ mo ti padà sí US because mo wá lé ń gbà yẹn. So mo ti padà sí US. So dẹ̀ pè mí ó introduce ààrẹ gbogbo àwọn kan tó ń ṣe bó ṣe fẹ́ contest fún governorship for Nigeria Ekiti State. Ó send the picture yẹn sí mi, ó send the flyer, in fact ó send the gbogbo picture tó wà àti current Ekiti State governor Oyèbánjí tọ́jú ọ̀yà lóríṣiríṣi gbogbo ẹ̀ ló send just to give me that assurance pé he's legit. So ó dẹ̀ send the real estate tó ń ṣe náà everything. So meanwhile mo kọ̀ kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ ra pé kí n kọ̀kọ́ bí kí n kọ́lé síbẹ̀. So what 2 plots, 2 parcels of land for me. Mo dẹ̀ sanwó fún gbogbo documents mo ti send it sí Mr. Daniel. It's not alleged. What you are hearing from me, I'm not alleging. This is what happens to me. I'm the victim and I'm the one talking. Kò sẹ́ni tó ń gbẹ́nu mi sọ̀rọ̀. Mo dẹ̀ ti sọ náà pé tó bá pé ó sọ pé mo defame ó lè sue mi sí court. Then of course we take it up from there. So mo dẹ̀ ra ilẹ̀ méjì yẹn, mo ra parcels of land méjì yẹn lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. So gbà tí mo rà ó fún mi gbogbo paperwork, ó fún mi everything. So bó ṣe introduce mi sí investment ní pé real estate investment. I mean video to send, there's nobody to marry dídé náà tí o lè sọ pé something big is happening here, is going to happen here. Let me key in, at the earlier stage. So at the come to town, gbogbo nǹkan tó máa involve. Initially kí n invest 10 million. So money, I can't make any investment without affidavit from the court. Without collateral, which will be backed up by court affidavit. Mo dey involve one lawyer, not knowing that lawyer is a rookie lawyer. Bá mi investigate man yìí. Ilẹ̀ tí wọ́n fi ṣe collateral. Bá mi find out bóyá ó jẹ́ new because like I said, the US, I have to depend on people that are in Nigeria to be able to get it done. So mo dey fún go ahead, and he came back to me. He was the point he find everything was okay. Pay I should. There's no problem. And then so mo ṣe bẹ̀ sí invest ní ẹ̀ mo bẹ̀ sí send owó yẹn mo ṣiṣẹ́ àṣekúdórógbó nílò òyìnbó ni àṣepá 7 days a week 14 hours 12 hours every day. I was raising time to so mo raise 10 million yẹn time to kí n padà sílé bóyá tún sàkìlẹ̀ pé kí n jump up to 20 million. And of course, I need passive income at home in Nigeria. That's just very important to me. I want my money to work for me. Bottom line. And that was why I was so interested. But marry the legit to invest over me. Why not? But in Nigeria in the past, our Nigeria still bam. But I don't know, for whatever reason, I just believe things might work out in Nigeria. In fact, I'm not like digressing. Former group, I'm not alleging, no true story anymore. So don't let the challenge me. Court former group general manager NNPC in Nigeria. Oishambaleno Ibo lórúkọ bàbá yẹn ó ní group general manager Obasanjo ọmọ ẹ̀ Sóyè Òyìnbó.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Sóyè Òyìnbó gbà mí ní $55,000 cash tí mo transfer from my account to our account. That's a story for another time. So Nigeria has been dealing with it for long. So gbàtí máa meet man yìí gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ni mo ṣàlàyé pé Nigeria ti ṣe mí léṣe. But mo láti padà sílé mi ìfẹ́ lọ sí nursing home nílùú òyìnbó tó bá dàgbà tán. Èèyàn láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa prepare sílẹ̀ from now. Gbogbo nǹkan tó wà lọ́kàn mi nìyẹn tí mo fi decide pé okay ẹ jẹ́ kí pẹ̀lú gbogbo àwọn tó lè ti present fún mi. Bẹ́ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú court affidavit tó ṣe tó nípa ilẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n send video lẹ́yìn sí mi wọ́n ṣe everything and lawyer then everything wa okay I dey sign contract yẹn. So time tẹ kí n wálé mo láti postpone travel me again back to Nigeria mo tún wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí iṣẹ́ yẹn àṣekú mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí iṣẹ́ yẹn pé kí n raise owó yẹn kó jẹ́ 20 million so that the interest or ROI lórí ẹ̀ á lè wà tí n bá wà nílé ó máa wà okay láti ná and all that kind of thing. Mo ní àwọn foundations mo ní sílẹ̀ for widows for orphans and all that tẹ́kọ̀ mo máa ń sponsor wọn. I have several kids tí mo sponsor on school mo wò pé at least interest owó yẹn á lè go a long way láti lè ran àwọn tí ìran lọ́wọ́ nílé so mo ṣe ṣáà jump owó yẹn to 20 million nìyẹn ìgbà tí ó dẹ̀ show initially ìgbà tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ 1,500,000 2 million tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí drop owó yẹn fún he was paying the ROI just to give me an assurance pé this is legit there is no problem. So ibi tí mo ti wà sucked into it nìyẹn pé ó san every month tó wáyé pé 5 million ló mi ti dà sọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ at the end of the month ó máa san ROI on that 5 million you understand so títí tó yẹn for 20 bó ṣe wọ 20 million báyìí ní January ni ó yẹ wọ 20 million January 2024 ló yẹ wọ 20 million bó ṣe gbàgbà ni ó wá san 1 million for the month of February and that was the last I had eré ni mo pè wẹ́ àti ní court affidavit àti sign agreement pé tó o bá ti rówó san o 2 hectares of land real estate here o kí n take care over without even a recourse to the court of law ìmọ̀ tó wà nínú contract wa nìyẹn. Also o ti swear under oath which is actually perjury pé ìwọ ló nílẹ̀ yẹn pé gbogbo everything pé ó wà lórí orúkọ ilẹ̀ tó fi dúró fún owó yẹn we have the document for the high court tó ṣe. So yẹn fi mí lọ́kàn balẹ̀ kókè release ilẹ̀ fún mi since ó ti rówó san èyí máa mọ́ mo ṣe máa lu lẹ́tà nígbàjọ́ tí màá rí cover owó mi padà àtowó àtilẹ̀ arákùnrin yóò máa san eré ni mo pé o ni mo bá ń pe mo rányàn sí the next thing tí máa rí after some few months bóyá sùn mi lọ sí court ní Abuja nìyẹn èmi wà ní ìlú òyìnbó number 1 Adó ni collateral ilẹ̀ wà Adó ni contract ilẹ̀ wà ó lè gbé mi lọ sí Abuja because sọmọ yìí kò sí mo ṣe employ so ìgbà tí mo ti rí pé lọ́ọ̀yà tí mo kọ́ gbà yẹn pé rookie àwọn judge and bail rookie lawyer ni mo kàn decide láti look for another lawyer láti bá mi respond ìgbà tí lawyer yẹn that was Attorney Adetifa he is a professor in EXO so mo ṣe gbé yẹn dìde nìyẹn so by the time tó máa ṣe inquiries lórí lawsuit yẹn it's a fake lawsuit it's not that lawsuit was not filed ó kàn lò láti fi chase me away láti má come after him ni so bá ṣe àárín.
that is another criminal offence.
in fact legal cases wà lórí ilẹ̀ ẹ̀fẹ́ pé orúkọ tí ẹ̀gán kan yọ àtọ̀ àwọn abẹ́ sì ṣe find out discover pé o kò ra ilẹ̀ yẹn lọ́wọ́ àwọn tí ó ti fẹ́ ra ilẹ̀ yẹn kò sanwó fún wa tọ́ ó dẹ̀ fi ilẹ̀ yẹn dúró láti gba owó jáde lọ́wọ́ mi tẹ́sí máa mọ̀ pé Ayọ̀bámi is a criminal gidi ni ok ìgbà tí mo wá bẹ̀ sí pé mo ṣe kòkò gbàgbó mi mọ́ kò sọ anything mọ́ for almost a year. So mo ṣe gbéra ni mo ṣe connect EFCC nìyẹn pé well mo dẹ̀ lé case mi fún wọn so wọ́n dẹ̀ invite pé kó wá sí Ìbàdàn kó wá answer to that allegation bí máa yọjú tí mo yẹ báyìí sọ̀rọ̀ bó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí dìbò wọn ní ẹgbà kan ẹmọ olóhùn sí kìíní ó ní kìíní kan up tí mo yẹ báyìí sọ̀rọ̀ kò tí yọjú sí EFCC so as we are speaking so that's why I say it's not an alleged case it is an EFCC case as I'm speaking the EFCC are still looking for him so the guy is on the run he is on the run so they are looking for him as we speak so it's not an alleged case at all it's a true actual incident to happen that a 419 Nigeria who claim to be a real estate mogul, who claim to be a governorship aspirant in Ekiti State, actually swindled me. Tó bá calculate owó mi tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú gbogbo interest láti gbà yẹn báyìí, there is over 40 million. Over 40 million that is sitting on. And I'm bent to get my money by all means possible. Mi ò ní sinmi lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. Because Mr. Bennett, you know, ìlú ìbò lẹ́wà náà. Ẹ mọ bó ṣe ń rí náà, ẹ mọ bá ṣe ń ṣiṣẹ́ nílùú yìí. Àṣekú ni kò sí owó ọ̀fẹ́ àtọ̀. Kẹ wá kó owó yẹn jọ, kẹ́nìkan dẹ̀ gbé èrè kó dẹ̀ gbà lórí kó dẹ̀ máa sáré kó lọ máa ná owó mi. So that's why tí mo fi wá sí ọ̀dọ̀ yín orí the other platform ìyàwó ẹ̀ tó ní pé kì í ṣe fraud mo wá list àwọn points kan jáde pé kán answer mi why you say the guy is not a 419 okay wọ́n tó fẹ́ gba owó lọ́wọ́ èèyàn tó fi ilẹ̀ tí kì í ṣe titi ẹ tí ò sorúkọ ẹ lórí ilẹ̀ tó fi dúró fún owó tó fẹ́ gbà. So, okay, fraud. In perjury here now, that's a criminal offense. It's a jailable offense. Do you understand? So, he has to set ground now that this guy is a classic 419. Okay, ìgbà tí ó dẹ̀ gba owó tó di pé kò fi sílẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Why tó fà tó fi release ilẹ̀ yẹn? Nígbà tó yẹ pé orí agreement ta dúró nìyẹn. Okay, ó fẹ́ kí tówó fine. Then release ilẹ̀. Release ilẹ̀. Why tó fi jẹ́ pé ìgbà tí EFCC ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ pé after a year ló tó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá pè mí. Okay, ìgbà tó dẹ̀ pè mí ó ní ẹnílẹ̀ kan l'Abuja pé kí òun máa sign one plot kan fún mi lórí ilẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n á máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa sanwó yẹn. Ẹjọ́ ẹ bá mi rò 2 hectares of land and 1 plot. Báwo ló ṣe jọra? Ṣebí ilẹ̀ tí o bó nílẹ̀ ta fi dúró ta fi ṣe agreement. Why tó fi gbélé yẹn sílẹ̀ kó dẹ̀ stay clear kó dẹ̀ máa lọ máa ná owó yẹn lọ kó lọ máa fowó ẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan tó bá wù ẹ́. Ṣé understand? Bó ṣe ní ìgbà tí EFCC wá pè nìyẹn ló wá pè mí pé òun fẹ́ settle ẹ̀ kí wọ́n gba 1 plot. Kí ni wọ́n fi 1 plot ṣe agreement wa nìyẹn ni. So well bí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ṣe rí òun nìyẹn. So right now like I said the case is with the EFCC and he's on the run. They have called him severally again and they are tracking him also again pé kó lè wá jẹ́jọ́ yẹn and he has not shown up for over almost 7-8 months tó ti pé báyìí tí ó ti yọjú. So that's my side of the story of with Tayobami Adeyemi. And like I said, I know you like alleged, but this is not alleged. I'm saying the facts. And I stand to be charged to court again for defamation of character if he says that Ngotumoso Peroni.
Ẹ ṣé Uncle Fisayo. Àwọn èèyàn bá wa dá ṣètò dé nǹkan tí a bá lè lo platform wa láti ṣe èmi àti yín máa sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn a máa bá wọn kan sọ̀rọ̀ ṣóyè yín a máa bá wọn kan sọ̀rọ̀ mi ní fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ̀rọ̀ lórí afẹ́fẹ́ báyìí torí mo ń dúró dé kí ọ̀gá wa kan ó rẹ̀wọ̀n díẹ̀ tí wọ́n bá ti parí treatment wọn tí wọ́n bá dé máa link yín mọ́ a máa ṣe call ṣóyè yín.
Okay. All right. So the issue now is apart from the investment, the 2 parcels of land tó gba owó ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ mi tí pépà wọ̀kẹ́ wà mi ò rí lẹ̀ ẹgẹ́ mi ò rí kankan.
Ó máa ṣàlàyé.
Okay.
Mi ní fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ̀rọ̀ lórí afẹ́fẹ́.
All right, sir. All right, sir.
Ẹ ti rí àwọn product wa ní Nàìjíríà. Kí ni wọ́n fò lè ṣe láyé tí mo wá? Kí ni wọ́n fò lè ṣe láyé tí mo wá? Kí ni wọ́n fò lè ṣe láyé tí mo wá? Kí ni wọ́n fò lè ṣe láyé tí mo wá? Kàkà kí n jalè máa kúkú dẹrú. Kí ni wọ́n fò lè ṣe láyé tí mo wá? Ṣé báwọn rí foundation wa nìyẹn? Kó tó di wípé wọ́n sọ fún wa pé má wọrí o lè jalè ṣùgbọ́n sọ fún Jésù ó bá ti ṣe ẹ mọ bí tí wàhálà wa ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. There somebody who once believed that tí n bá ṣe nǹkan báyìí this is what will happen to me tó dẹ̀ máa ń gáìdì gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń ṣe ń gbà pé mi gbúdọ̀ ṣe ka fọ́mọ́là kejì nǹkan tí mi bá ti fẹ́ jẹ́ kí wọ́n ṣe fún mi mi gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe fọ́mọlà kejì. It is even my common whatever with obìnrin. Rótìmí ṣó fẹ́ mi ní abakànfẹ́ bára wa sùn ni. Wá kì í ṣọ̀rọ̀ fífẹ́ o. Tó bá ń ẹ̀ gbà, tó bá ń ẹ̀ má gbà. That is how raw and how straightforward I am. Now to talk of businesses. Tí mi ò tí àwa kí n fi bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn dá business pọ̀. And to so many of us, táwa ní diaspora lẹ́ni, is a major challenge. I'm telling you because I will tell you a secret. When you are in all this outside country, if you don't have what you're putting that money on, I will not lie to you, the money goes back into their system.